Hello mobsters, welcome to this tutorial video on events. So we have events every single month. There will be a new unique event during that month and it will occur twice. The events last for a week and they are completely separate from the game. So dying or anything that happens within the event is completely separate from the rest of the game. They're side little mini games essentially to play that give something fun to do that doesn't impact anything else in the game. You can earn rewards from participating in the events. So you can gain cash, omerta, family points for participating in the events, but it doesn't affect your character in any other way besides just getting rewards for participating. So they're the two different kind of events. You've got fun and you've got the competitive. So the fun just gives you a 95% chance of passing the activity if it's like an attack type activity. And then the action time is every hour. You can do another action within that event. The competitive events use your stats to pass, so it all depends on the event, what is required for the stat, and then if you're attacking another player, say if it's like your strength versus their strength, then it's really depends. Like your chance of success really depends on how strong that person is that you're attacking. You'd have to have higher or close to within range of their strength to be able to make a difference and be able to attack them. The event pulls your stats as soon as the event starts, so you can sign up for the event. There's a 3-day sign up period to give people time to sign up for the event. And during that time, you can sign up as soon as it starts, and you can increase your stats during the next 3 days. And as soon as the event starts, it then pulls your stats in to determine what you're able to do. So you don't have to wait till like the last minute to try and join the event. Because you want to have the highest stats possible going into it, it just pulls it right there at that moment once the event starts. So each month, January is New Year Survivor. That's a really fun event as a player favorite that I used to do in my beta rounds. I used to end my beta rounds with this event at the end. While they did that, I had worked on new changes and improvements. So this got added in, and this is January. So basically everyone that joins is just thrown in this pool of players that are participating, and you start with a certain health that's determined by the equation here. And when you whack someone, they lose 25 health if you're successful. And then if you beat someone successfully, they lose 5 health. And as soon as you get someone down to 0 health or lower, they're eliminated. And then you just move on to the next person. So it goes down to the last survivor or however many people survive the 7 days. So if there just isn't a lot of people attacking, more people will survive and make it the whole 7 days. And then you have multiple winners. So that's January. No requirements to join because it's a solo event. It's just you. So if you want to live, you want to survive, you got to make friends in Survivor, and you got to participate and take out the other people. So February is St. Valentine's Day Massacre. So this event is actually themed off of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre that actually is dubbed from history, where Al Capone went after his rival and took out a bunch of his men. So in this situation, we've got one team is Capone and the one team is his rival Bugs. And you got two teams, and to get to the leader, you score points by killing the enemy's leader, and you can only get to the leader if you take out all the other people on the team. So the leader is Al Capone or Bugs. And then the players are the people you got to take out. So you got to take out all the other players on the other team, and then you go for the leader. If they go and attack, if someone that was taken out attacks and takes someone out on your team, then they're actually brought back into the game, and now you're taken out. So it can go back and forth trying to get everyone lined up to be able to give your family the shot at taking out the leader. That's a really fun event. That's a team event, so there are requirements to play. You got to do 10 small jobs or 10 activity in the last 7 days. So as soon as the event starts, it looks at your activity over the last week, and did you perform 10 small jobs in that time? If you did, all right, you qualify. Stats event requires at least 10 accuracy. So those are the requirements. Then we go into March Madness, which is basically like the March Madness in basketball, like brackets. It's a big tournament. So it will make teams based on how many people join in, and then it'll make the teams and it'll make the brackets depending on how many teams and how many players signed up. And then it's a tournament. You get so many days to get all your attacks, and you can whack people, you can beat them, you can rob them, and you can extort them. And each one of those gives you points, and whatever team has the most points when that round time limit is up gets to move on. And then you go until there's only one team left. There are requirements to play for that because it is team event. So any of the team events will have requirements to be able to participate. If once the event starts, it'll check your activity, check your stats. If it is a competitive event and it's using your player stats, if you don't have what is required to play, it will kick you out, send you a mail saying, sorry, you didn't qualify for this event this year. The April L'Uovo di Pasqua, probably butchered that. That's Italian. Is an Easter egg. So it's whatever team, another team event, whatever team holds the egg, they're scoring points every second your team holds the egg, score points. So to get the egg, you got to take out the person who has the egg, their teammates, and then you take the egg from them, and then you can kill that person with the egg, and then now your team has the egg. So it's similar to the St. Valentine's Day Massacre in that aspect, where you got to kind of take everyone out before you can get to the key person that you want. But this one can have more than just two teams. It has multiple teams, and you score points by just holding it. So the longer your team has that egg, then you win the event. The team with the highest held time. Then we've got May, Find the Rat. This is a single event where it's using your intelligence and accuracy if it's a competitive event. You've been told there's a rat amongst your crew and they're working with the FBI. So you got to figure out who they are. So there's a list of potential people and it gives their physical characteristics. And you got to get info from the streets of who the rat might be. And if you pass, you'll get the answer. Like, does this person have blonde hair? This game's a lot like Clue. If you guys have ever played the game Clue as a kid, it's kind of like that. You're trying to find who the rat is by asking questions that will eliminate your targets. And it's like a game board. It shows all the people and all their statistics of what they look like. And then you got to narrow it down from there. The next event is June, Kansas City Massacre. And this is a wave event. So you start off, and this is also based on true life. You're trying to free Frank Jelly Nash from federal custody. He was like a bank robber back in the day, and his men tried to free him, and he ended up dying during the rescue because it was just a big shootout. So here, you start off, your team will go up, and instead of this event, you don't attack other teams like in some of the other events that we've already gone through. This one, you're attacking NPCs of FBI agents that also attack you. So you go through waves. So first wave will have one FBI agent. And then if you get past that, you go on to wave 2. Now you got 2 FBI agents, and so on and so forth until they finally take you out. Once they take you out, you start back at wave 1 and you keep going. And this will end at, like all the events, they run for 7 days. So at the end of 7 days, whoever scored the most points wins. And you score more points for the higher wave that you get through and you complete. So if you get through wave 5, you're going to get way more points than if you only completed wave 2 as your highest. So every time you want to try and get as high as possible through. The next one is July, Public Enemy number 1. This is a single event. It uses your intelligence, accuracy, and intimidation. And this is based on a true life event of chasing down John Dillinger, Public Enemy number 1. So there's a game board, you've got houses, and as soon as it starts, you just see houses. You have no idea where John Dillinger is. So you got to start by trying to blow up the different houses, his hideout houses, and see which one he's in. If he's in a house and you blow it up, it damages the house, and then he comes out, and then he'll try and take off. You can try and intimidate him to come out of a house and arrest him, and he goes peacefully, but that's fairly hard to do. Once he does leave, if you have high enough intelligence to pass the intelligence check, it will tell you in roughly what direction he went, like northeast, directly north, south. So based on that clue, you'll get an idea once you do find him for that first time where he headed to. Once you destroy a house completely, he can't go there anymore. He is completely out in the open. So at that point, once he's out in the open, you can try and shoot him or arrest him. And then if you shoot and kill John Dillinger, you score points. If you arrest him, you score points. And whoever has the most points wins. The next event is the Teflon Don, also based on a real life event of John Gotti just being what they nicknamed the Teflon Don, could never get convicted. They couldn't get anything to stick. So here you get you get jurors, and you're trying to get the jurors to have a not guilty verdict. So you gain points for a hung jury, a complete acquittal, or 0 points if he's found guilty. First step is you use your intelligence. If you pass the check, you will gain information on that juror of like their life, and like there's a clue, and it'll be like a life story clue, and based off that clue you decide, all right, should I beat them, should I intimidate them, should I kill that juror? Like, so there's different options that you can try and pick one, and there's only one of them is right. So you have to pick the right option based on that clue. And once you get all 6 jurors, once you go through and you do that to every 6, you find out what their life story is, and you pick an option to help. Like, because some of that could be bribing them, it could be giving them money. So whatever they might need based off their clue on their family will determine what action. And if you pass them all, you give them exactly what they needed based on their clue, and you go and get the results, you'll have a complete acquittal. If one juror was not on your side, like you guessed the wrong one, it'll be a hung jury. If you got at least one juror you did get on your side. But if you failed and you guessed wrong for all 6, you'll have a guilty verdict and you'll have 0 points. And then as soon as you get your verdict, a new game board starts, you get new jurors, and you got to go through the options again. And you just keep playing this, and whoever has the most points by the end of the 7-day week wins that event. And everyone gets rewards for participating if they meet the requirements for performing X amount of activities, but the winners get more reward. So then the next event is September Night of the Sicilian Vespers. Again, this one's also based on a real life. That is an event where these mobsters from America, they're American like born or American raised Italian mobsters, who went and basically tried to take out like all of the OG mobsters that were like from Italy. And it's a control. They basically took control from the OGs and put in basically a new regime. Now, so this is a King of Hill event. You work your way up the hill, and if you get to the top of the hill, your family then, or your team, starts earning points. The more people that you have on the hill from your team, the more points you score. You score 1 point for every second per member that's in the hill. So then the other teams are going to try and come up, and they'll knock you down, and then you start back at the bottom, and you got to work your way back up. Whoever has the most points wins. October Zombies is one of my favorites. This event is a single event. Everyone who joins gets thrown in, and then based on how many people join, there'll be X amount of zombies. And then every day a new zombie gets added, and the zombies attack you. You can try and fight the zombies off. If the zombie attacks you and fails the attack, then you lose 1 point of your strength. And as your strength gets lower and lower, the zombies are more likely to actually pass attacking you. And if they pass attacking you, then your health goes down. Every time you kill a zombie, you're adding 5 health to your current health. So you're making it where the more active you are, the higher your strength stat is, the easier it is for this event for you to be able to succeed and live to the end. So everyone who lives wins in this event. If you get down to 0 health, you are eliminated, you're killed, and you no longer can do anything in the event. The November turkey shoot it's got 10 different turkeys. They go up in level and difficulty and how hard they are to shoot, how much health they have. And you start off at level 1, so you have low health, low accuracy. So it's hard to get going, but once you get going, then you start being able to start killing the turkeys, and you start being able to move up the ranks. You gain more experience from the higher level turkeys for killing them. And if you lose against them, if you lose against a level 5 turkey, that loss experience is more than if you lost against a level 4 turkey. So it's a lot of strategy and luck of deciding, all right, what turkey should I go for to get the most experience for my attack time? And this event is whatever the highest level that a player achieves is the winner. And every time you level up, it adds health and it adds accuracy. So you're stronger at being able to take down the turkeys. December, the final event of the year, is Capture the Boss Ring. So you're playing on a map, and it's a team event. So it's your team versus another team, and you're trying to get the boss ring, capture the boss ring, and return it back to your position of where your boss ring is. So it's basically capture the flag, but just called Capture the Boss Ring. So that's that event. That's a team event, and that basically, that wraps up all the events. So again, they're widely different. They're optional. You don't have to join. You don't have to sign up for these events. It's totally up to you. There's players that love them. There's players that don't either have the time or they don't enjoy them, or they might not enjoy certain ones. They might join up for certain ones, not join up for others because it's not really their thing. They didn't really enjoy it. So each one is different from the next and gives a different kind of experience. So it's something that you can look forward to every year. Like if you like zombies, you're going to look forward to zombies next year. So that is all the events and basically a quick rundown of what each one is and how they function. So I hope this helps. I hope you enjoy the events. I think they're a lot of fun and give something unique to the game that other games don't have. So again, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope to see you next time. Keep it Mafia, family, loyalty, respect. Take care.